And welcome back to another episode of Catch That, where we get to break down albums and eras and just talk about R&B music. I am Naturally Elise, that's my bro.
JR.
And we are the R&B Representers. And today we are welcoming a very, very dope guest and good friend of ours, Mr. Vern Chandler. Hello, sir.
Hello, how art thou? Elise.
Thou art amazing.
Oh God, it's this type of show. Okay.
And we brought Vern on because he is like one of our favorite like music nerds, and he sits and breaks stuff down like we do. We have a lot of albums and eras that we love in common, and so it's always dope to talk to him about those things because he's very knowledgeable. And so yeah.
Well, thank you for those platitudes.
Oh, this is gonna be all show. Okay.
But yeah, tell the folks a little bit about you, and then tell them what. Well, yeah, just tell them about you, and then we'll hop into things.
Hi, I'm Vern. I like long walks in the park. I like a woman who knows what she wants.
And he got her.
Flo don't know. Family man, married man, love music nerd. You know, music is an outlet. I don't drink coffee, so I have different mixes that I listen to in the morning to get my mind right. I'm in sales, so most people think, and that's why I love the Michael Jordan documentary. Most think you're gonna hype MOP out. No, man, I need to be calm. You know, give me some soothing stuff so I can think clear and bust your tail. Like Jordan, listening to Kenny Lattimore and then going out and get 45. No, yeah. but I love music, and I love people that love music. I think it's a great connector, and I've met a whole bunch of dope people on social media because of our mutual love and affection for music. These two being just some more of them.
Yes.
Yes. So JR, tell the folks what we're talking about and why we wanted to talk about.
Okay, so today we're talking about Toni's The Son of Soul album. Yeah. I got it. But the reason why we wanted to talk to Vern about this, because when I met Vern on Apartment 5B, shout out to the crew, Apartment 5B, and I think I brought the album up because it was very influential to me. Mm-hmm. And that's when me and Vern clicked. Yep. I was like, I like him. Because he got it. Because It was like, I got so hyped and we just started talking about it. So when we started doing this and started doing the Catch That, because we do our Catch That minis and all that good stuff. But I was like, sis, we got to get Vern to talk about something. So we got to get him. And we can't do no half an hour with this. Like, there's no way. So we was like, yo, we got to get him on here to talk about it. So we're going to go in about it. We're going to talk about the Tonys. We're going to talk about all that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we got to start from the beginning. So, bro, when you first heard Toni, what did you first hear from them to get you interested in them?
Toni, period. Okay, so
yes,
the first song I remember from them was "Hey Little Walter." You know, it was cool. But I think the first song I really liked was "My Baby Doll." And when I became a Toni fan, it was on Showtime at the Apollo, and they did "It Never Rains in Southern California," and I'm like. It may be cold on the East Coast, but on the other side of town, don't know R&B people sing like that. The other side of town, meaning the other side of the country. I like these dudes. And that's when I really became a fan, man.
Yeah. Oh, let me tell the guests right here. Me and Vern are a lot alike because we are very honed in on lyrics and writing more, because JR is gonna be like, oh, that's what such and such was saying, or oh, I didn't get that was the deeper me. I'm like, oh yeah, I can give you a whole essay about it.
Yeah.
And Saadiq, I listened to him on Questlove, and he said this, and it made me coin what Saadiq is. He said that Puff saw him out to do something with Total, and Puff said to him, old girl told her they kind of like you. They can't really sing, but they can sing. And he didn't take offense to it, because I get what he, Saadiq, if you name a list of 20 the best singers, you're not going to put him on there. But Saadiq is a song stylist.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like he styled on it. It's like, man, that's funky. You know, it might be not the perfect pitch or key, but it fits. So that's what I got. Saadiq is a stylist, man. And
he knows how to emote, so you feel
it. Yes.
And that's why I always said that Saadiq is the second of Curtis Mayfield to me, because Curtis Mayfield is not the greatest vocalist either,
right?
But he knows how to finesse a record to make you feel it more than you paying attention to his vocals. Because Curtis may have a little off, little key, you know, but the way he finesses a record, you kind of don't even pay attention to it, and you can just tell the musicianship in him.
Yes.
And Raphael Saadiq give me that. You know what I mean? And
I'm glad you said that, because you know that he's a music historian and he studied styles, and because his palette has 84 colors on it, he can pull different colors and hues and paint. So yes, I'm glad you said that.
And then for him to work with Prince when he was 18.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's getting that. Then his influences from the bands.
The Bay, come on, man.
Yeah, like he's getting all these influences from those bands and all this. And then, you know, he's in that gospel because he plays a gospel chord. Like all these influences. And then you get it into the Tonys. And that's why the Who album that Sis just showed, mine is over there. Damn it. But you can tell with that album, you kind of saw what was to come.
Right.
Oh, this is what we're getting. But it was more of that Denzel.
I was finna say. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. No. It was like Faustin McElroy. It was like more of their vibe because they were just coming from Club Nouveau. So you're getting all of that. And it was like, it was a little bit that you was getting from the Tonys, but it wasn't a lot. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But when we got to Revival, it was like, oh shit. Like it's not, we're not playing with them. Like
now when we get to certain songs, that Denzel and them is that reminiscent of their sound is still in there. It's all up and through because you know a lot of that is very similar to the New Jack stuff, and so it was converted, you know, so it's all wrapped up. So you never get rid of that, but it morphed into their style, but you still heard some of that too now.
Especially in that Revival, because Revival it was like mainly them. But when you got to them last maybe 3 or 4 songs, like Don't Talk About Me and Skin Tight, it's like, ooh, okay. It's like, we know we were getting like Raphael and them with the blues and, you know, Whatever You Want and all those type of joints. But baby, we was getting to them ends. It was like, okay, all right.
Hey, man, on this Sons of Toné, we'll get to them that fall into that.
I agree. But while we talking about Revival, while we're talking about the Revival, I got to shout out I Care and All My Love. They don't get a lot of love.
They don't. They really don't. Who was I? Was it you, Rod? I was talking about that. It might have been you. I don't know. But I know because a lot of people don't talk about I Care at all. Like at all. People just talk about, literally, a lot of people just really talk about that first half, honestly. And then they don't talk about nothing after that. You'd be like, no, I mean, I get it, but I Care still knocks to me. Like,
and All My Love is my joint. It's different.
yes. And for me, I felt like, you know, after Revival and when you got to the House Party 2 joint, it was like, it's like, now we in the mix. And I always felt like that was our preview to the Sons of Soul to me. Because that song is so like, a musician will love. I don't know what you came to do.
That's church. I don't know what you came to do. I mean, that's the Church of God in Christ. I came to clap my hand.
Yeah, like you getting that. It's like praise and worship type.
Yes. Of thing. You know what, too? While we're talking about that song, that's another one of the values of the Tonys. Man, they don't care. They gonna do them.
Yep.
rules. What's that? We just gonna rock out. And if you're a musician, you're gonna feel it.
Like they made sure, like, and then like when me and Elise always talk about, because you remember since when we did our peer pressure against what was it? It was them and Mint Condition, right? And we did those, and we always, I hate when they put them into that boy band type of thing, like the boy R&B groups. And me and Elise be like, no, they're bands. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I mean, Jodeci and all them was doing that, but you ain't hearing no horn and no bass like you was hearing with them. Like, oh.
I mean, and it's another kind of showing that people don't listen to whole albums, because if people judge them off of It Never Rains and Whatever You Want and those records, and then like, and Just Feels Good, then I could see how someone just thinks of them as a male singing group and not a whole band, because they don't know any other material.
Right.
So they don't have anything to go on. And that I think it's so important of listening to whole albums, even if it's just in the beginning off a group you don't even really like. Because listen, I listen to all the good stuff I listen to. I listen to the trash ones too. That's not, or not necessarily trash, but that's just not my thing.
Right.
So I at least know about the group. Now I might not revisit it, but then I'm like, oh, okay, this is what they're about. Bare minimum, you know.
Oh yeah, that makes total sense. That's why I think, and again, like you said, if it's just the singles, because if you dig deep into these albums, it's like, these are some musicians, yo. Even if you listen to songs like Whatever You Want, though, it's like the way what you call is playing the bass guitar, on that, like
the bass and the guitar. But that's beautiful.
But they weren't marketed as a band.
True.
So why would people know something that wasn't put out there? How would they know?
True.
This got me straight together. You right.
True. They would put out there, you know, on couple videos, they might hold an instrument, but they would throw an instrument.
They was dancing,
in the damn 90s.
And they said that, because did y'all see the thing that was on YouTube? And it was the Toni, the group breakup or dynamic.
Yeah, I saw that. It was like other guys talking about it.
Yes, and it was like 2 hours long. And it went, and like you said, sis, they were not presented as a band. Like they said, the band members, all of them would go to award shows, and the people would tell like the band to stay in the car. They only wanted it to be Raphael, Dwayne, and Timothy, and that's it. Like nobody else. And I'm like, well, damn, they can't play all the instruments by themselves. But again, we all the music heads, of course, we know that they ain't playing all of it. But if they're getting marketed as a group, this is what everybody's gonna do. You know what I mean? So
it's kind of like one of them things in music. You could be married. Hey, don't talk about your wife. We need you to still be the sex symbol.
Right.
You ain't married.
Right. Right. So when it gets to Sons of Soul, this album is just everything to me. I get excited talking about it because for me, this is a very influential album for me because it started me reading liner notes. Shout out to Zoe.
I was gonna wear your t-shirt. Yeah,
I was like, nah, but I was like, it's too obvious. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. But this is when I started paying attention to liner notes. I was like, yo, who's playing this stuff? Like my ears started growing as a kid. I'm like, okay, I know all of this other stuff, but who is playing this bass? Who is playing these horns? Who's playing this? Who's playing that? And that's why I was like, yo, this album is so influential, yo. So, bruh, when you first heard this album, where were you? How did it feel? Like, did you feel as hype as I am right now?
Man, listen, let me tell you, more. Let me tell you what.
Watch
First time I flew on a plane, I flew to LA. The reason why we went to LA, so my boys, Krista Conrad, I just saw them this weekend. My boy got engaged, but their mom had a marketing company, and she was going out there for a convention. She was like, y'all need to come out here so y'all can shop y'all a demo. And we knew a dude, I ain't gonna say his name, but he's from Atlanta, heavy on the keys and stuff. And at the time he was just getting started, but he was like, you know how people were like, man, if you ever out here, you know, hit me up. Yeah, hit me up. About a month or two later, we like, ring, we here. So we're in LA. And he had to come pick us up, took us to where he was staying. So we rolling through LA at night. It's beautiful. And his Forerunner. And this album is playing, dog. Man, so first time on a plane trip, first time to LA is tied to this album. So then you add some more to it. So he knew Bernadette Cooper from Climax.
Climax, yeah.
Yeah, so when we got back to Atlanta, we stayed in a condo with Bernadette for like a month, writing songs. She introduced us to Rob Foster Bacon.
Wow.
Tim and Bob had a condo right next door. This is before they was Tim and Bob. They was right next door. We stayed in the house. She had a whole bunch of like up and coming acts and stuff. And one girl in particular, Shiny Baby, stayed in there. She's a woman drummer. She played on a lot of different bands and stuff, man. So all those memories is tied into this album.
And we're Hollywood, sis. You see this? You see this? You see this? Bro was down with the beginning with Tim and Bob and them. He writing songs. This is songwriting. He just so modest with it. Yeah, you know, Tim and Bob was just at the villa over on the other side. That's like.
Hey man, I had to drive me and my boys out there. We stayed out there. Had a Ford Escort. My brakes was out. It's a stick shift. So Bernadette was like, we need to go to the store to get some groceries. And I'm like, okay. So I'm slowing the car down by downshifting and pulling up my emergency brake. So yeah, all that stuff, Sons of Soul, man. I love that album, bro.
Oh my God. So what is kind of like what is your go-tos with this? Like what your go-to?
All right. So this one, I'm gonna go with one. This is several of them, but I'm gonna name them. My go-tos. I'm gonna say the first R&B country and Western song, Lay Your Head on My Pillow. Listen to it at the beginning and tell me that ain't no.
It is.
But it's dope.
I mean, what is they gonna do about that? They can always tell they why your mother. Oh, that cadence, that's so country.
And even the guitar, it reminds you of a steel guitar or something. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say Gangsta Groove. I love that joint, man. Fun, Fender Rhodes. And then the last one I'm gonna say Cavaliers, man. Come on, man. The greatest 2 minutes in music history. I was something. Fonte said something, and then he was talking about Saadiq was on there, and I was like, "Hey man, Cavaliers is one of the dopest songs." He's like, "Finally, another Cavaliers truther," because man, that song, that's tied into like when I want to think about my grandmother or my cousin or something. You know, it's joyous. It's sad, but it's joyous, man. And so that's a beautiful song. I mean, I would love one day to meet Saadiq and just ask him where did that come from? Because it ain't a long song, but it's powerful.
Especially with Bill Ortiz doing on that trumpet. Like, listen, that solo trumpet, like, oh God, like.
Yeah, because you're such a horn guy.
Oh God, I knew he was gonna say it.
So Vern, let me tell you a fun story since you mentioned fun. It's real fun and funny. So right when me and Jared got on this Zoom, he asked me. He said, "I've had this song stuck in my head all day. Can you tell me what it is?" And what he was humming was "Fun" by Confunction.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, and actually it's spelled FFUN, so I guess it's extra fun. But like, and I was like, really, JR? And then I started being an asshole, and I started looking at the stats of the song. I was like, oh, that was their biggest song. Oh, that was their only number one. Oh.
She's
I was
so
like, oh,
nasty.
that was
So
their highest crossover. They went to
she's so rude. She's so rude. I'm so rude.
But
But
he was
yeah,
saying, oh, yeah, about, and I guess it was fortuitous that that song was in your head because the song "Fun" is kind of it's kind of a callback to that song.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm glad. Okay, callback. If we go down the list of the albums, I know why they named it Sons of Soul, because different songs, like on Tell Me Mama, when they do, don't that remind you of the Jacksons? You know?
Absolutely. I was gonna say it. Oh, I was gonna say it.
You know, different songs do. You could tell they were evoking memories of the past. What's the song? It's a song. They do a Marvin Gaye lick to me. What good? Oh yeah. Or what goes around? You took control of my life. That remind me of Marvin Gaye.
Holy shit! Oh my god! Damn! I never really realized it until you just did it, and I'm like, that is totally a Marvin lick right there, yo. Yeah. And I'm a Marvin lover and didn't catch it. God damn it!
And I think I kind of one of my go-tos the album is Slow Wine. I feel like it could be a Isley song.
Yeah.
It was almost like just saying nice sense. I could hear, you know, a falsetto doing it.
Yes. And even Dwayne talking, you know, that's like them seven, you know, who me? I'm Dwayne. You know, that's also floating.
No, that's not a drink.
Well, mine. Well, I got this whole damn album is my go-to for real. But y'all know I'm gonna fuck y'all up with this one because it's funny to me. A song that I started off with.
Oh, is it the song that I really hate? You really love?
No. I'm gonna go to there, but I don't like when I want to start. When I'll be like, all right, I really want to listen to Sons of Soul. Where I gonna start? Because I can listen to the album like the way the track listing is, or I can put it on shuffle. It doesn't matter to me. So y'all can find this funny, but I start with Tony's in the wrong.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yo, I love because it's so funny, and you can tell Raphael is drunk as hell, and it's funny to me. Like I just be like, because he's so draggy. You can tell he was lit. Like yeah, like he's so lit, and then he start talking, and he like, like you.
You know who it also reminds you of though?
Who?
Another Bay Area legend, Sly.
Oh, true that.
Yeah.
Damn. And we just talking
like,
about
I'm not sure what he said, but I liked it.
I mean, again, he don't care because you remember he was like, so he was doing something. He's like, he had to be drunk.
Okay. Because Dwayne was like, when they did an interview, I think it was back in '94, I think. And of course, everybody started asking about that song because, of course, that's a Raphael that you don't hear. And it was like, and he was like, he was on a lot of wine that night. And, and he just went into the studio and we just pressed record and he was just on one. And he was kind of telling their story, if you think about it. Like he was telling the story of Toni. He might have been drunk, but he was telling the story. And oh, bro, so when he was on Questlove, this is the part that I missed. And he was like, it was somebody in the song that they were waiting for their name to come in, and it just stopped. Yeah, who was it?
I got to go back and listen to it because I remember him talking about it, but I forgot who he was talking about.
And I know Fonte had said the name, but I really couldn't hear it. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, who? Because he about to say the name, and they go, and I was like, well, damn, whoever that was gonna be pissed. they gonna be pissed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a go-to. And then after that is what is mine that I know Elise does not like. So let me just get this out the way. My ex-girlfriend.
You know what? Go ahead.
Okay, so y'all gotta remember, right? I'm only 6 years old when this album came out, y'all.
Okay. Good Lord.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm finding it funny. I'm like, my ex-girlfriend is a hoe. Like, I'm like finding it funny. You know what I'm saying? But I remember when I told her, I was like, at least because we was going down the track list after we knew we were going to get you for the first time.
My bad. That's all on me.
Second time.
And the second time, yeah.
We was like, we gonna get bro.
I said, you know I'm gonna give Vern hell when he get on here.
I deserve it.
So when I was like, yeah, I like my ex-girlfriend, Elise was like, ew. She was like, I hate that song. I was like,
I always skip it.
Wow. I'm like, she was like, it's so bad. Like, you really like the song. Then of course me and Elise hate when I do this, because we did it with Dart and she cussed my ass out on the episode. Yes, y'all go back and look. She told me, she said, I like to find the fuck shit in the song.
I did say that. It was a moment. It was in the JR will find one fuck shit thing to hang for the song. He's gonna ride it until the wheels fall off. But carry on, bro.
So I like, when it gets after the bridge and the drum comes in and they're on the drum and then Raphael's on his bass, and I just love the music, the musicality of the record. Now that I'm older, that's a fucked up ass song. Like it
is, but I appreciate it more because I used to skip it all the time. But now I listen to it more now because of the musicality, like you said, and then that's the song where they do the breakdown.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Damn. So y'all wasn't rocking to it when y'all first heard it.
No.
Damn, y'all. I guess the 6-year-old in me, I guess.
I can understand. I mean, I was 18, 19 when I heard it. So And hip hop was big then. So it's like, all right, are they trying to push the envelope and show that they edgy or what are they doing here?
I mean, technically, y'all, like, what is it? What was the single? What's the first song? Because I always skip that now.
If I Had No Loot, I don't care. I don't care for that song.
Me either. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't
have an opinion about that song either way. It's just I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's just it just exists and it just exists in the Toni. It was a nice hit for them. So I appreciate it for that, but I have no opinion of that song. I'm indifferent to it. But I'll sing along. But if somebody playing it, like that's when you hear you in a restaurant or you know what I'm saying? Or if you listen to the radio, to adult contemporary radio, whatever, like you'll hear that. I'll sing along to it. I ain't gonna be like, ugh. But I'm like, but if somebody turned it off and went to something else, I wouldn't be like, yo.
Do y'all feel like it's kind of like the part 2 of Feels Good? That's what they wanted to do?
You know, we do know this about the record industry, is that, hey, we're kind of looking for something more on the same lines of blah, 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 blah. So you kind of got to do those kind of songs. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was not the reason that like that song was there.
Because now I can just skip
it's like they were trying to recapture that energy, but I think it Feels Good is a one-in-one song. Like that just song was magical. It hit at the right time. It just it's fun. It actually makes you feel good. So that's a one-in-one song. So it's like, no, don't go chasing that high. Because you can chase it high, but you ain't never gonna get as high as you was.
Nope.
Nope. Never again.
Nope. So, Elise, I'll let her say it.
So my favorite record, my favorite cut on this rock.
I bet you I know, but I'm gonna wait for you to say it.
Is Couldn't Keep It to Myself.
I keep it to myself. I know y'all, man. I know y'all too well. I knew you was gonna say that. And why so?
Well, why did you think I would say that? And then I've confirmed.
Okay, all right. So because that song has a bunch of layers. It's smooth. And then like at the end, bumping, booming, bumping, and then you got flutes and all kind of just stuff going on in there, man. But it's a smooth vibe. So I think that's why I felt you would say that.
Bro, know us, sis. He know us.
That is the exact reason. And the very first one, because if you see our shows, I love a groove. Like in a nice groove, and yeah, I might let you get away with some fuck shit in a song, you know.
Do y'all think? Because when I listen to that song sometime, and the vibe to me, and maybe I might be off, it was kind of foreshadowing Acts of You to me. Could I be wrong? Like musically to me, it has the same type of vibe. I don't know. I've always thought that. Like I can listen to that and then the vibe of that, and then I always get the vibe of asking you, like, okay, this is where they kind of going next. Because if you think about it, that was the way they went with House of Music, was more of I can't keep it to myself type of vibe. So I'm like, do you? I may be off, sis, and I know that's your favorite song, so I don't want to offend if I'm wrong.
Why would that be offensive?
Well, look, when it comes to somebody's favorite song, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
No.
Because now she's acting real modest. Because then we would have said something that was bad. At least would have been like, what kind of shit is this? How that sound the same? Like, what? But
if I felt that, I'd have said that. But I didn't.
You know she would have. Yeah, you know she would have.
She would have. She would have.
And she couldn't keep it to herself.
Yes.
I'd have had to tell everybody.
I love the keys on it, man. I'm a Fender Rhodes fan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what that was, but yeah, that vibe is heavy.
Yes, man. Like that's when I was like, I knew I liked the least. When she was like, when I think we was in Colorado, sis, and you played this record and you was like, yo, this is my favorite song on this album. And I was just like, she likes the Sons of Soul album. I like her. Because again, this is like, this is an album cut. Like for real. Like nobody really knows about this. Everybody again knows Anniversary. Lord. Like y'all, like I really don't have to ever hear that song again.
I don't agree.
But
it's overplayed, but I love it. I'm gonna tell you the best part of Anniversary. Then I want to go back to your song.
Yeah.
When it's the extended version, when it's first of all, I'm a and then they and it's acapella. I don't want to say that part is what really brings the song home to me.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to say. I wanted to be like, that's the part that I like, because the radio version to me, it doesn't, it misses the mark for me. You know what I mean? Like I just be like,
but you know what?
No, yo, like
they used to play the extended version on A Quiet Storm.
Oh, okay. Like, see, you always be schooling me, sis, because I always tell you, like in New York, it was like I always heard the radio edit. And I would be like, man, I'm going to listen to the album version. I need the 9-minute version.
Yeah, I'm going to say, you can't play 9 minutes on the radio, bro.
No.
That's when I would hear it is on The Quiet Storm. But hey, I'll tell you what, the radio version ain't worse than the video version.
Yeah, that's bad.
I hate it. Ooh, I hate it.
You know, Toni is good with that too, because it's another song that I love, but they never played it. I love It Never Rains, the longer version where you go, I want to hug you, squeeze you. Ooh. They don't play that one. Just little stuff like that, man. Just add little nuggets, man. But back to your song, Lisa. that song starts crazily.
Yes.
Man, what were y'all on, bro?
And like JR know, I love weird tempo changes in songs, even if they're subtle. Like I always recognize it when it changes. Yep. And so that's a thing that I love.
Yeah.
It just gives the song more dimension to me.
Yes.
Yeah. And Tell Me Mama.
Yeah.
That's a favorite for me. You know what I mean? Because I know when my mother see this, she's gonna be like, I don't have to hear that damn song no more. Because again, y'all know that I love horns. Girl. But so anytime my mother would come in the house, she knew, oh God, he's playing Sons of Soul, because I would blast that. And then I would come out and be like, tell me, mama, where did we go wrong? Like, and she'd be like, get out of my face. Like, I don't want to hear this song no more. Like, please. So it's so funny because I was like, Mom, we gonna be talking about the Sons of Soul album. She was like, I know you're gonna talk about that damn Tell Me Mama, ain't you? I was like, of course. You don't like the song? She said, I like it, but that's damn the only song that I just hear you playing out of your room. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, I love that song, like the Fat Lips horns on there, like, and I did not know that the Saturday Night Live crew played on this album.
You just taught me something.
Yes. Like, they were the ones that actually they were the horn players on what was the hit song? Shit. If I Had No Loot.
Oh.
They're playing the horns on that.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, because I'm like, well, what y'all need them for? And y'all got who y'all got. But again, bro, like you said, that commercial shit. And the label probably was like, oh, we need something, a feels good. Give us that. And you could get on Saturday Night Live because they performed it on Saturday Night Live. So it's like, it all worked. Because I'm like, when I looked at the liner notes and I said, SNL horns, I'm like, the hell? They got the Saturday Night Live horn guys on here? I'm like, for what? I'm like, y'all got enough in this band. It's 6 of y'all, and y'all need to get some other motherfuckers. I'm like, that's whack. I'm like,
well, no, we wanted to give it more. I mean,
full body.
Every time
I guess.
To it. It's not, you're not gonna bring in another band to be on your ballad. I mean, like on your love song or nothing. But if you need a certain effect, instead of pushing buttons, just bring in some more damn players. Shit.
Yeah. That song also to me is a throwback homage to, you know, some funk, some Philly, some Motown. You know, it gives you that vibe. I mean, again, Saadiq. Where in the hell did we ever go wrong? And his high pitch.
Yeah.
You know, dope, man. Dope.
Mama, like, I love when he do that. I love it when he does that. And that song showed me why I really started paying attention to Saadiq, because y'all know I'm a Curtis Mayfield fan. And I've been following him since I was like 3 or 4 because my mother loved the Impressions. So when I heard him, I was like, yo, he reminds me of Curtis. And Curtis does little shit like that. So when he was doing that, I was like, yo, he definitely was inspired by Curtis Mayfield. I don't care what nobody say, because I'm like, vocally they're the same. They play the bass like each other. I'm like, every little thing that Raphael Saadiq does, and that's why I always like the fact that we can hear somebody and see their influences, but they're still themselves.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like you're a carbon copy and you're just taking from them and there's no you in it. You know what I mean? And Raphael definitely has him in it. And I saw this interview that Curtis Mayfield did back in like 96, I think. And this is when I think this was like 3 years before he passed. And they, you know, they love asking the legends, like, who do you like? And who do you enjoy? And all this. And he was like, I like that Raphael Saadiq. Now, mind you, he ain't go no solo yet. He's still in a group.
Yep.
He's still in Toni, but he like, I like that Raphael Saadiq. I said right then and there, that proved my point about how Raphael is so like second coming to Curtis Mayfield. Because I'm like, if you got the master himself saying, I like that Raphael Saadiq guy, because we only knew him from that. And then, of course, what he did for D'Angelo, and this is 96. So, you know, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, since Raphael, one of my go-to songs is not all about Raphael. It's about good old Dwayne.
Slow Wine.
Good segue, yes. Slow Wine, I love. I don't know what it is, but that's one of the songs that I play over and over and over.
It's dope.
It is.
And it's actually something I actually wish they would have did a little bit more throughout the Toni albums is throw Dwayne on lead, because Raphael's backgrounds are so good.
Yes.
Those songs, those Dwayne leads, they're a little more interesting to me because I'm getting stuff all over the place. Yeah.
So like Holy Smokes and Gee Whiz, Saadiq just came in at the end and it was funky what he did. But like you said, Dwayne added a different, vibe to it, and then
it made it smoother.
Yes, and then Saadiq could just, cause you were smooth. Thank you, because at the end, Holy Smokes and Gee Whiz, Holy Smokes and Gee Whiz. That's what we needed to put a little edge on the smooth. Yeah.
Because I couldn't imagine Raphael singing the lead on that song. It just the song wouldn't hit me the same. Now it probably would have sounded good, but it just wouldn't have been the same.
So. It's kind of like whatever you want. Honestly, it's kind of like that, because
I'm saying that formula. I wish they'd have sprinkled a little bit more of that, because And
that's what I don't like when people kind of talk about Toni. They be like, well, if Raphael ain't there, then I don't have to see him, or I don't care about them. And I'm like, well, actually, Dwayne did do some leads on the first, the second, and the third. I'm like, so give Dwayne a little bit more. And like you said, at least I felt like his leads brought a little smoothness, because Raphael on background adds so much flavor to the record. Like because again, we all the focus is Raphael on lead. That's what the focus of Toni was. That's what the mainstream world knows. He's that. But when you got somebody like Dwayne coming in and he just smooth, but you hear Raphael kind of in the background, it's kind of like, this is smooth. You know what I mean? So I do agree. I wish they would have did a little bit more of that, and they would have, but by then it was like they was on the House of Music and it was kind of rap after that. So,
but thankfully, if you listen to that episode of Questlove, they are working on doing something together again. And I really found out Saadiq said he didn't understand why they were mad at him. If that interview told us, he blew their budgets getting all them strings and stuff like that. So that took their money away, but that's awesome.
Like, because when he said, he paid, what was it, bro? Like $250,000 for something that they used one time. I would be pissed. I'll be like, nigga, you took my budget. Like, are you crazy?
You out doing outside production and stuff, so you still getting bread. Nigga, this is my bell cow, man. I gotta eat off of this.
Yes. And you taking my shit away, like, for real. Like, that's whack. He was like, I get it. Now, in hindsight, and during that time, he like, I'm trying to make better music. But like you said, you getting money for working with D'Angelo. You working with all these other people. Nigga, you fucking us up. Like, we ain't taking no paper home. You know what I mean? So it was like, so I get it. So do y'all think, as this body of work of theirs, do you think this is their peak? Because a lot of people say House of Music is more.
Let me answer first. Don't interject on me. Let us answer. And then
got it. So what do y'all think?
I just don't want you to influence my answer.
Okay, do y'all think this is their peak album?
It depends if what your definition of peak is. I'm gonna say it this way.
Okay.
Pete Rock and CL Smooth made 2 albums, 2 great albums, with 2 different sounding albums. Right. So Mecca and the Soul Brother, undeniable. Right. But that main ingredient just sounded different. And to me, also, I'm gonna go Tribe. I'm gonna go Low End, and I'm gonna go Midnight Marauders. Low End is my favorite album, but Midnight Marauder is a more polished album. And I think that's where I'm gonna go with Tone. I love, Sons of Soul, but I hear the maturity and the growth and the overall more balance on House of Music. So I didn't answer your question. That's really
No, you did. No, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay.
You did. And the way you threw Tribe, and it was like, I get it. I get it. Because I have arguments with people about it. But yeah, what you think, sis? Do you agree?
I think I'm Sons of Soul, because I don't know, it had more hungry energy in it to me.
I agree.
I see that. I see that.
Now I do agree with you. Like House of Music, like it's polished, but for the energy, I go back to this album, even though I love that album. This is the album I always go to.
Me too. I'm gonna say it another way too.
Even though my favorite song, my favorite Toni song is not on this album.
What's your favorite Toni song?
It's on House of Music.
Which one?
Loving You.
Loving You. I know you too well now. I know. Man, Raphael pulled out his Uncle Maurice White bag on that song.
Listen. Woo.
Yeah. I remember in the 10th grade, you're not a freshman no more, and you kind of popular a little bit, but it's still like a hunger, desire. So that Sons of Soul. 12th grade, I got a car. I'm on the football team. I'm cool, and that's House of Music.
I think the reason why, because Vern, me and Kill kind of go back and forth with it. He loves House of Music better than he does Son of Soul. Yeah. And the reason why I always say I love Son of Soul better, because this album here is no Denzel and Foster. None. They're not in this at all. This is all them. Like, there's no, I don't even feel them, any of their songs on this record. To me. Now, at least I know
I see her face already. Yeah, I see her face.
Yeah, oh yeah, she does. She does. But I don't feel any of them on it. Like, I feel like this album to me was, how I always said, they had something to prove. They had to prove to Denzel and Foster that, look, we don't need y'all. Y'all gave us our start. We got the second album, which y'all let us have a little bit more creative control over, but y'all still had to have y'all songs in the mix. This is like, we took our ass to Jamaica and we vibed the fuck out, and y'all were not included, and y'all are not producing it, no nothing. Y'all are listening to it just like everybody else. And that's why I'm like, what?
Me saying that I hear sprinkles of them in the album is not a dig, because
no.
Damn good musicians. They took all the good parts of that and kept it. So when I say that, it is not a dig at all, because they're freaking no. They're that no.
No,
I'm not saying none of that.
Hey, at least what songs do you hear
with them, and it's sprinkled through?
Yeah. What songs do you hear Denzel and them on
all the upbeat songs?
What goes around comes around.
Yeah. That makes sense. I feel you. I feel the upbeat songs. Yeah.
All the up-tempos.
Yeah.
Really?
All of them, yes.
I can see that.
What? I can't. Maybe I just don't want to, but I can't.
Let me reiterate. That's not a bad thing.
No.
Because the reason we know who they are because of those songs like that.
Yeah. True that.
So This ain't taking away nary a flower. It's just saying they took the parts that work best for them as a unit and carried it on and evolved it, because that's what music does. It evolves and changes.
Right.
But you still can hear the origin.
Yeah.
Just like you said, you like, oh, Curtis Mayfield. You heard that instantly.
Right.
That's not saying, oh, they stole their style or whatever. No, it's taking the parts of Curtis Mayfield that works for Raphael, Dwayne, and Timothy.
Like they did on Loving You. Like people say that Loving You is a bite to Earth. No, that's an homage to Maurice White, and he funked it. But Raphael has done that several times on different songs. Anyway, we're gonna stay on Sunday.
You know us.
Yeah, I mean, you look in the liner notes, you see it's a whole lot of interpolation of things, and
they're good at
taking stuff but they transform things enough that it's theirs.
Right.
You're not thinking about
they made it their own.
About who did it first. You're like, ooh, they're doing this. You know.
That's why I was thinking of Fun by Combustion, because when I listened to Fun, I was hearing the melody a little bit, and I was like, why am I? Oh, and I wanted to ask this earlier, but I was like, I had forgot about it, and I went and worked and did some other stuff, and that's why I asked her today, like, sis, what's the song? Fun.
I was like,
yeah. Like I'm hearing the melody on it, and that's why, like bro said, that's why they called it Sons of Soul, because they're taking everybody that they have been influenced by.
Connecting
the dots, Brian. We're connecting the dots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it makes sense, because it was like, and also back to Denzel and Foster and McElroy, like y'all said, they wouldn't know how to actually do bodies of work if it wasn't for them. They wouldn't know how to do the track listing if it wasn't for them. You know what I mean? They just straight musicians. I bet you there's been plenty of times the Tonys was just jamming. And they probably wanted to put it on an album, and they probably was like, well, nah, this ain't gonna fit. Nah.
Man, I would love to hear their jam session.
Oh my God, or like the extended version of some of these songs.
Yeah.
Because with them, you know, some of these songs was longer than what we got.
Yeah, because they don't end. Tony songs don't like end abruptly. They just fade it out.
Yep.
It might still be singing. They just fade it out.
Yeah. That's what I love about them. That's why I was like, I know there's some stuff out there that is on the cutting floor. Like, what didn't make it, or do they still have it? Or like, I would just love to hear some like unreleased stuff that they did between 88 and 96. Like, I want to know what that unreleased stuff is, because I know that.
Man, it just tells you how much music heads we hunger for, like bands. You know, there are not a lot of them.
Yeah.
No.
And JR, that's why I go so crazy about the internet, because it's young people doing a band, and like other young people actually like the music, but the old people like it too. Me, I love it. I'm like, ooh, a band. Ooh, songwriting. Ooh.
Yep. That's why I love Terrace Martin and Kamasi and that whole crew, Thundercat and all them boys.
Yes.
Because you could tell, like you could listen to Thundercat and you could tell he studied George Duke and Stanley Clarke. Because if you listen to Thundercat, he sounded like, remember George Duke used to sound let me see. That high pitch, like the way Thundercat sing. What's a song George Duke made that everybody know? Like, Love Has No Rhyme or Reason with Michelle, ain't that?
Yes.
Okay.
that high pitch.
That's my song.
It's a jam. It's a jam. And Thundercat, he got that same pitch and same tone. And what I learned, I didn't know this, but it's beautiful. Herbie rolls with all them young boys out in LA. And so they getting that tutelage from Herbie Hancock. And it's a continuum. See, what I love about like dope young artists like the internet or, you know, a Kendrick or somebody, is because they don't act like music just started with them. You know, you can hear the influence of those who came before them, and they pushing it further. But they got respect for the ones who came before them, and it shows, and it's an appreciation, and I appreciate it. So yeah, and the internet is a great choice.
And that's why when you said Terrence, yes, Terrence he just got a picture with him and Herbie Hancock in the studio with each other while he was doing drones. Like,
yes,
you could tell, you could just hear the influences from these guys, and they're taking it from them, like, because we in the stage now in this music industry where they're kind of trying to push our legends out, and you can see it, like you can see it, and it's sad. You know what I mean? It's like, what we need for this generation to understand, like you said, bro, that their music came before y'all. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite artist was inspired by somebody before them. So don't act like y'all were the ones and it was like, oh, we created this and that was it. No, you got to think like all these other artists before them and before them and before them. And that's why I be liking like what BET and all that is doing now with the Pass the Mic and all that, just to show our legends, man, out there. Because y'all got to remember, man, y'all did not create this. There's people that came before y'all. Hello.
And if you learn, man, it's like, all right, do you want to go to a doctor, a 22-year-old doctor or a 52-year-old doctor? for heart surgery? No, I need that dude who got you know some experience behind him, you know, that you can pull from. But it's like, man, I liken it to, I got mentors. Papa Beach just passed this year, but they were married 54 years. Kennebrew and them 40 something, Mr. Johnny and them 40 something, 30. I'm 25. Yeah, that sounds good to y'all, but these dudes got war, you know, battle scars and stuff. And I listen to them, and I learn from them, so I don't have to bump my head like they did. And it's my duty to pass on to the 10-year married people or the 5-year married people what they taught me, man. And that's how we grow this thing in music and life or whatever it is, man. Pass on the knowledge, you know, and don't be so arrogant that you think you know everything. But I'm off my soapbox, man. But yeah.
And you know what? And that goes the same even for the legends. I like that they going back to young people because they're getting something.
Yes.
They still don't know everything. It's
they keep you young,
older than me that talk to me, and I can give them a wisdom that they just hadn't experienced.
Yep.
Yes.
So I'm giving it to them, and they're giving it to me. It's a constant transfer of energy.
There you go. I mean, I got some. I've been doing mortgages 24 years. I got an agent. She called me Uncle V. Kim is what, 23, but like, man, that internet and technology and stuff, like, Kim, how you do this? You know. So we learn from each other.
Yeah. Absolutely. Ooh, did he drop the mic? Yes, he did. I think he did.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What?
Go ahead, say it.
Like that. Vern, get your brother. Teach one. Teach him how to act right. Okay.
He needs his red cup.
I like how you did that.
He needs some transfers of energies.
He ain't got his red cup.
Yeah, yes, blame it on that.
You probably do. It's probably like on the table on the side. See?
Yeah, it is. I've been sipping that, bro. Listen, bro done dropped the mic a couple times and I had to take a sip after each time. I should be kind of feeling it, which I am.
We didn't talk about leaving.
Oh, let's talk about leaving. Yes.
Timothy on them drums. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Again, another homage to times gone by before. It's just the guitar little licks. I'm leaving. So they sample some hip hop, you know, but like at the end when they go into that riff, I'm leaving, and you hear all the stuff going on in the back. It's just I can't put words to it.
I love Leaving. I forgot. How the hell did I miss Leaving? Oh my God. Yes. How did I miss that?
We just was talking about other stuff.
Yes, and it's them. Let me tell you something. Timothy going off on them damn drums because it's because that's what because since we did Star the Story with you, bro. In a song, I always try to find what is the star of the song. And it's very hard when you do that with a band like Toni, right? So that's how I listen to music, honestly. I try to find something that just captivates me and what's gonna captivate me throughout the whole song. And when it comes to Leaving, it's them damn drums, because you hear boom, 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 boom,
yes.
boom, boom.
Yes.
And I'm like, holy shit. I was like, now again, I am a horn person, so I'm waiting for that, but I'm like, well, hell no. The horn's taking a back seat to this one because them drums is knocking. Like, that's the best thing that I like about Leaving. And that's a top 5 song of mine on the album. And how the hell I miss it? But like he's talking about other stuff. So I love Leaving. Love it.
Yes. So before we get to Leaving, we're going, that's bad. I'm trying to make it work. I'm self-aware. We are going to go to our word association. This is my favorite part of the show.
Okay.
And for this word association, I'm going to name songs that were number 1. Well, I got one of them was number 2. They make it a number 1. R&B songs during the time that Sons of Soul was out. Was putting out singles. So I'll start with the number 2 song. Oh, and so when I tell you the song, tell me the first thing comes to your mind or just a memory associated with it, anything. Just whatever comes first. The first one was the one number 2 on my list. And that's only because a lot of the number 1s were like, bleh. Okay. So another sad love song, Toni Braxton. It never made number 1. Did you know that?
Didn't know that.
I did. You make me think about something, but I'm gonna let it go.
Another sad love song. I had to come back and reappreciate Toni Braxton after the fact, because man, living in Atlanta, LaFace, they shoved her down our throat. Another sad love song, husky voice. That would be my what I would say.
All right. Another big song at the time was "Freak Me" by Silk. And it was number 1. It was the number 1 song of that year.
All right, I will tell you what I think about when I think of that. I was at one music fest and Marsha Ambrosius' Crazy Tale sung that song. And she, I want to get freaky with you. I'm from Atlanta. I'm not a Silk fan. So Marsha Ambrosius is what I think of when I hear freaky, because she had me rolling singing that on concert. Yeah, I saw her face. Yeah.
I was just waiting for you to see it. Okay, I'm good now.
Cute. You about to chance mine, you young.
You don't want that smoke.
Nah, Terrence like, nah, I don't want that.
All right. SWV right here, Human Nature mix.
I like the original better.
We do too.
Yeah.
Glory to God. God is a good God. Amen. Jesus, somebody.
It just
Those
had that.
Are my girls. I love them, but I cannot stand that version at all. Like, the impact is great, but I can do without it. I'm good.
Yeah, that original right here had that funk, just had you just
Even though I could do without the rapping, but
that part, I'll agree with you on that.
Y'all better leave my
they all like
alone. Y'all better leave my child alone.
Taj had to get her shine on whenever she could, so I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let Taj get her shine on.
They ain't let her sing a lot, so she had to get the spit in. I didn't say she couldn't sing. I said they did not let her sing a lot.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They didn't.
Okay,
they knew what the formula was. Nah, they knew what the formula was.
Yeah.
But when they did let her sing, that's like everybody's favorite little bridge.
Hell yeah.
Just a second. I'll look at my watch's
time. And
okay, yeah.
That was on my honeymoon tape. I remember I was at my mother's house making the tape for when we drove on our honeymoon. And I definitely put Use Your Heart on there.
Yes. Bro said it. I'm glad. Because I thought he was going to be like, I love this song. I was about to be like, oh, no.
I love what it did for them.
Yes.
The Lord ain't got to hear it. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, for real, I ain't got to hear that. The only reason I own it is because I have the 12-inch, the Downtown, and the Human Nature.
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Messed up your Downtown, huh?
All right. That's the way love goes. Janet Jackson.
When I think of that, you saying that, I think of the video and Janet and her crew rocking.
That's the video I always wanted to be in. If I could be in a music video, I want to be in that one.
Yeah.
That's my idea of fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's hanging out with her friends and just having a good time. Like, I love it.
I wish I could have been on the set of Pleasure Principle.
Every guy.
Word to Guess Jeans and Adidas.
I knew it.
All right. Last one. Can we talk? Tevin Campbell.
Oh man. When you say Tevin Campbell, I think of shade. That nigga know he could throw some shade on the internet.
Listen. Baby. And he still can.
Yeah, people try to get in diss shots on him. He'd be like, oh no, we ain't going for that. Do y'all think Tevin has gotten his just due?
No. I think more people are talking to him, or talking about him than were before. In the last 10 years, I think people are talking about him more now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of legends coming out saying, no, he's the truth,
Yeah.
saying, nah, put respect on his name.
Yeah. For real. Yeah. Because a lot of times they just, I think this industry don't understand the impact that Tevin had. You know what I mean? And it's like that impact was strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? For 5 years, he could not be touched. Like, and I'm like,
there's a whole lot of people that only made it to number 2 because Tevin.
Because of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Some of the
know
big
what I mean?
ones, and they couldn't push past him for years.
Usher couldn't get nowhere because of
Usher
Tevin
couldn't
either.
get past it.
Nope. Couldn't get him. Tevin kind of.
So yeah.
Yeah, Tevin sung the hell out of that song, man. I'm sitting here thinking of the lyrics right now. That boy did his thing on that.
I know, baby.
I also think of Tatiana Ali when you say, "Can you talk?" So, my mind works crazy.
Oh no, you on the right show, bro. Our mind works just as crazy.
Yeah, those songs, that's what 1993 was sounding like. Yeah, it's some other stuff. Let me tell you, speaking of 1993.
Oh, Lord.
Do you know what song was almost the biggest song in 1993 on R&B charts?
What?
Yeah, what?
Gangsta Lean by DRS.
Oh, Lord.
I kid you not.
Oh, boy.
I kid you not.
Yes. I forgot about that. That joke was
only reason
strong.
You know who saved the end of that year? Tevin came in at the end and Kane got the number 1.
He was like, no, we not.
He's like, we got to close this year out.
Yeah, please. Good Lord. Thanks for leaving, man.
Tevin saved 93.
So wait a minute. So this is what y'all was doing? Y'all was going to buy these songs, and that's how these number 1 songs was lasting so long?
That song was hilarious. It was like kitschy, and they played it on the radio a lot. So he got a lot of spins.
And then you know you got
novelty song.
It's a novelty song. You're right. And then you got your thug element who, you know, pouring out a little liquor, so they don't know good songs. and
Lyrics spoke to them.
Yeah.
Especially somebody pouring out liquor as much as it costs. Hell no.
You got to pour out libations for your ancestors. See how it sounds so nice when you say it that way? Like, oh, well, that sounds nice. The libations for the ancestors. Pour out the liquor. Same shit.
Same. So before we go, Jay, I tell you, you're a horns guy, right?
Yes.
How you feel about the horns freaking on Gangsta Groove?
You want me to be honest?
Always.
No, we want you to lie.
Okay, you want me to lie? I like the song.
Okay.
Okay, no, okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm extra. But no, if there was one song that I did and like I always, that's what we didn't ask you, bro. If there was one song you could have taken off, what would it
Oh,
been?
shoot. We already talked about it, but let me, it could have been If I Had No Loot.
But you know why you can't take that off?
Why?
Because that's the song that sounds like the Toni that people know.
Yeah.
Supposed to, because it was a lead single, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you.
Lead single. Now we don't like it.
It is. Okay, scratch that. Dance hall.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's another one. Yeah. Nobody talks about that song, and I said I see
for a reason. For a reason. Yeah.
Yes. But no, Gangsta Groove. I do. That's a song where I like the horn and nothing else.
Okay.
And nothing else. I'll be like.
And one thing I will never do to anybody is try to convince them to like something they don't like. I like to build up and Saadiq, you know, singing, but you know, the beauty of America is we have freedom of choice. So,
but bro, you gonna mess me up because now, like, I definitely look at you as somebody that knows music for real, because some people don't. But I just look at, so now you're gonna have me listening to it in such a different way. And why? Because Elise has done that a couple of times with me. I'll be like, sis, I don't like this song. And she like, no, just listen to it. And then the next thing you know, the next day on Twitter, I'm posting like, yo, sis, this song is the shit. Like,
I'll tell you another way that I listen to it.
Yeah.
As if it was a music score to a blaxploitation movie. I mean, think about it. He's just a man on the streets trying to run all the ladies, you know.
Yeah.
Age of 17, he ran and caught a train to another town where no one knew his name. The young dude came to the city and the pimp told him how to run these hoes.
Yeah.
You know? And then the girl, and then even Saadiq said, you out here hoeing, but even after that, I still want to take you home. So if you think about it as a blaxploitation movie,
yeah,
you might listen to it.
And see, now you got me, because y'all know I love black exploitation movies and the soundtrack. Those are like my favorites when it comes to soundtrack. So now I'm gonna listen to the damn song and probably I'm gonna be like, bro, I get it.
The Curtis connection.
See. I'll be like, bro, you was right.
Yeah, Superfly. I mean, think about it. That's because you even think about the breakdown. You know, when they had there's 40,000 here. That's from Superfly. You remember? Brother, can you buy that?
Damn it. Okay, so just look out tomorrow. It's probably gonna be getting posted, and I'm gonna tag both of y'all in it and be like, I get it.
Tell me to listen to something again. And I'd be done like dislike the song even more. I'd be like, John, I just thought it. I was thinking like you love that. Yeah, sometimes it make it worse. Because I'd be like, because I put what you said, I didn't hear that.
I gotta listen to Gangsta Groove different now. I sure will. So if y'all see it on social media, and I'll fuck around and be like, y'all, it's one of my favorites on the album. It's Vern's fault, not mine.
I'll take the blame.
Yes, yes.
But yes, Vern, we appreciate you. This was fun. Well, we always have fun talking to you,
Yes.
whether for the show or just, in the wild. So
I love it, man. Anytime y'all need me, holler at me, because I got, we got a million songs and albums we can talk about.
Yeah, we know what we should get them for, sis. But we'll be here for 3 hours if we leave it all behind.
Oh, or for Layla.
For Layla, self-portrait.
Ooh.
That might be the episode you finally get me to cry.
Yeah, because
I be crying on the episodes. It ain't got me yet.
Yeah, well,
I know I did.
Yeah, I saw you talk about that, and I'm glad that it did what it did for you, because the world is a better place with you in it.
Yes, sis. Let her know. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
Man, but I hadn't heard that album in a little bit, and it was 2 days ago. I was like, man, I listened to it. Oh my goodness, bro. We all are album cut people.
Yes.
So usually, like, Let It Go wasn't my thing at first. It's the the Learning to Swims and the 1 mile to go and
Little girl.
Yeah, tragic inevitabilities. Yeah.
Mine is On Your Own.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I tried it. That's why I had to get it for bro. Because I wish she would have put it on vinyl for real. But she didn't. But Layla, if you ever see this, we need this on vinyl, girl.
Layla never hit back, because remember, I posted it and she's like, man, that's awesome. I was like, hit us up, DM, send us an address. We ain't trying to be no stalkers.
Yeah.
We'll get it to you, but
She never answered.
Oh,
Layla.
It's all good. We still love you.
Still love you. You was busy that day. Get back.
Yep.
But yes. Thank you, bro. And we'll put information how people can get you on Twitter, on the YouTube page. And yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Well, bless
It'll be easy. I loved it. Loved it.
Okay.
And we will catch y'all on the next episode of Catch That. Peace.